Hi everybody, and welcome back to La Capricornia with me, Priscilla Moreno. So for this reading, you guys, I'm gonna do the July messages, and I'm sorry I've been a little MIA lately. I've had like work trips and just have been super busy, and it's just been hectic. But for your first card, I am getting the Sun. And it's funny because I actually was doing a personal reading before this, and the Sun is coming up a lot. I feel like things that you weren't feeling were gonna come are coming up, because I am getting this feeling of just like joy. Things are blooming, things are coming out. It's time to be like energized, you're awake, everything's just going so well, and you're just in bliss, you're happy. You're like this little kid riding the horse, not even caring what anyone else thinks, you know, not wearing anything basically. But definitely I do see that there are some positive things coming your way. I also feel like whatever you're happy about, it's something that you were like, I think you were feeling like, and I guess maybe that metaphor is going to help out, right? You're feeling the sun was setting on you. You're feeling like, oh no, I just don't ever think it's going to happen. Maybe I'm not on the right path. It was starting to feel a little far-fetched, but it was meant to be. Oh, you guys, and the reoccurring card that is never gonna end coming out every single reading is the Fool card. So definitely I feel like you took a chance. Maybe it was something small, and I think this is something that's like happening, but for July it's just going to, like, you know, bloom. It's gonna get into like just this blissful feeling. So I feel like, you know, you took this chance, you took this leap of faith. Maybe, you know, you said something as a comment like, hey, you know, it'd be awesome if, you know, we did this together. And maybe it was just like, again, like, you know, you're just talking to a friend and you're like, oh, it'd be awesome if we both started this new business together. And next thing you know, your friend was like, that's not a bad idea. And you're like, really? Because I need a partner. You know, maybe this is what I need, the help from somebody else. And then it just blooms in July, right? These ideas that you've been coming up with, this wonderful thing that's coming into your life, the thing that's expanding. And it doesn't have to be with somebody else. It can definitely be by yourself. And you guys, so whatever you guys were going through is definitely done. Like I'm telling you, I just feel like something just got lifted off of you. Like I feel like you were accomplishing a lot of things, you're doing so many things, you're meeting your goals, you're maximizing yourself. And I think maybe that's where you were feeling like, I don't feel like anybody's seeing me. I don't think anybody was like seeing this part of me. And you did all these things for yourself. I just feel like there's so much success right now for you. And I don't know, I got this like weird feeling right now of like I feel like I can breathe after like a long time. And I feel this message is coming in really strong. I feel like you took some time to yourself, right? Where you really just kind of dug down deep inside of you. It could have been meditation. It could have been, I don't know, you just really took like either like a couple of weeks, a vacation, something. You really took some time to yourself. And I feel like that's kind of what helped you out. I felt like, you know, when sometimes you put so much focus on wanting something and you're just like, oh, this is what I want. You don't give yourself that time to breathe. I felt like the minute you gave yourself some time to relax, to enjoy, to have fun, to really be in yourself, and maybe it was the opposite. Maybe it wasn't even about actually having fun. Maybe it was just hanging out by yourself, right? You know, sometimes they tell you like, hey, I need to buckle down on my spending. I'm not gonna go out, I'm not gonna do this. And maybe you just needed to get some money or something accomplished that you really had to tell yourself like, no, I'm going to focus on myself, on my job, my money, or whatever. Even if it was that, right? It could have been just like isolating yourself, but there was something that you did for yourself. And again, whether it was like a vacation, just taking some time by yourself, maybe you got rid of people that no longer belong in your life, whatever that was, it helped clear out the things that were blocking you and brought in these beautiful things, you guys. I'm also feeling like it might be like a job offer too. I just keep thinking job for some reason, right? I like work. It's something that you've been doing. It could be something else as well, like, you know, whether it's a relationship or something that you've been wanting to get and you finally got it. But I do feel more like it's like a new beginning when it comes to career. Okay, and now I am also getting the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, I definitely do feel like you're looking at this fish like, oh my God, I have this opportunity. I have this, because you're seeing this fish as in like, this is going to be like my ticket. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this fish. So I know this sounds weird, but you know, see, look at what he's wearing. It's like things are blooming, things are going. This fish is a sign of abundance. It's something that's hard to catch, right? It was something that was hard to get. You know, it's in the water. You have to do, you know, whether you're standing there fishing for hours, but you got this fish, right? You got this fish, and now you're able to say like, oh, like, I got this. This is what I've been working for, and you're actually really excited about it. And then one thing that I am going to say, you guys, which is funny because as I'm pulling this is exactly what I was feeling. I am getting the Seven of Cups. So I am feeling like, you know, you guys were really... And I feel like you're not feeling this at all. Like, maybe that's what it is in July as well. Like, not only living that bliss of like, oh, I got to my goal. This is what I've been wanting to do. This is a career change. This is the promotion. This is, you know, whatever it is for you. You're also feel like you're feeling that relief. Like, I don't know, I feel like you also had like a mindset change. Like, and I know it can be hard, you guys, because I'm, you know, always trying to figure out what the next step is. Like, even when I say like, don't, you know, live in the present, you know, be mindful and aware of right now. It can be hard, right? Especially, you know, when it comes to decisions, to things that you're working for. You're like, it isn't happening. This should be happening by now. I should be, you know, living in a castle or whatever. It's coming. And I also feel like you're kind of getting out of the mindset, like, and maybe that's what it was. You got yourself out of the mindset of looking for what it should be, how it should go, how exactly it should happen or what should come your way. And trust me, because I actually just kind of recently went through something like this, is I, you know, felt that the minute that I was like, you know what, why am I putting such importance on this? At the end of the day, I know my worth, and if it comes to me, it comes to me, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And I made the bold move of trying to go in a different direction, and it wasn't in secret. Like, I made it known what, you know, like, hey, I'm pretty sure sooner or later I'm out of certain things. I'm not gonna go into super detail on what it is, but definitely, you know, and I feel like the minute that I was just like, okay, and spoke it into existence of like, hey, it's either this or not, it's happening for me, right? It happened. And so I don't know, I give that a lot of credit because I feel like I just had the bravery for it. One thing that I am getting though for July is the Three of Hearts, and I feel like you have to be, and I don't know why I just kind of shifted, right? I feel like you have to be kind of careful on who you're talking to about your plans or things. And, you know, I feel like we know sometimes, right? You know, maybe you tell a friend like, you know, I want to open up my own business and do this. And then your friend is like, oh, you can't do that. Like, do you know what financial risk you would put yourself in? Like this and that. Or maybe you hear from, like I said, you know, you tell someone and then somebody else comes back to you, you know, that you didn't even speak to about this, that you wouldn't trust with this. And they come back and they're like, oh, I heard that you're going to take this big leap, or I heard that you're going to mess up, and, you know, that you're thinking about this, and like, oh, just be careful. And you're like, wait a minute, where did you hear that from? Like, and it's, you know, sometimes it's good things, but I feel like this is being told to you, like, because it's something bad, right? I don't think it's something good. I don't think this person is rooting for you, whoever this is. I don't think it's a, hey, you know, I want you to do amazing, or I'm just telling everybody how amazing you are. No, I don't think this person is doing that. I think this other person heard it, like, in the cheese man, you guys. It was something like, oh, you know, now she wants to do this, or like, you know. And I think like I told people a lot before, and it's actually a message that I gave out a couple weeks ago during a meeting, was that people really will not feel brave or adventurous or whatever it is. And so when they see someone like doing the things that they want to do, and then they're like, oh, like, why is this person just like so in my face? Why is she always posting about that? Why is she always like, you know, like, oh, she's always after, you know, doing this or whatever. She always thinks she's perfect. And in reality, that person could be like, oh, you know, I wish that I was out there like that. I wish I didn't care. I wish that, you know, I can get the same kind of credit, you know, the things to be happy about. And I feel like, again, that can be fixed and things can be talked through, but I also feel like somebody's going to come and show you this. And I'm sorry if this is a really long story for this card, you guys, but I just feel like somebody's coming after you, and it's going to break your heart a little bit. I don't think it's going to be like such a huge, like, oh my gosh. I feel like you kind of already knew somebody was kind of putting daggers in your story. But you kind of weren't sure. And maybe there's somebody that was close to you guys, because I've had this happen as well, where somebody's very, very close to me. And, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, we were together maybe for years or something, but maybe this person is just not happy that, hey, she's doing a lot better than me. And unfortunately, I had to deal with that in one of my past relationships as well, where the other person was, you know, unfortunately not, you know, getting the jobs that they wanted. We weren't making the same amount of money, things like that. And they were, you know, giving me bad vibes. You know, instead of being like, congratulations, it was like, oh, well, I guess you're going to be doing this now. And it was just like, yeah, like, that was the point. Like, oh, like, where's my yay? Where's my, I don't know, like, at least just say awesome. Can you at least just say awesome? But no, I wasn't getting that. And unfortunately, like, again, you know, it can be hard. You know, we can say it's jealousy, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's all down to what was affecting that person. And it shouldn't have affected me, and it shouldn't be affecting you. Okay, I'm also getting the Two of Swords. You guys, this is getting into an interesting reading here. So like I said, I do feel, see how like they have their eyes like covered up? This is exactly what I'm feeling, guys. I feel like you were just blinding yourself to this, where you're like, no, you know, like I said, we've been together for a while. This person wouldn't think this of me, or we're really good friends. Like, no, I don't think that, you know, they would say that about me. Like, or maybe you're just like, oh, they don't even know me like that, you know? Or, you know, sometimes when people tell some stories, you know, it's like, and then they looked at me and they said, really, her? And then I'm like, well, maybe they were saying really her, like, as in like, oh my gosh, yes, she got it, you know? And maybe you tell yourself these things. I know I always try to look at things positively. That's just the type of person I am. So sometimes when I hear things, I'm like, oh, maybe they don't mean things in a bad way. Maybe, you know, so I can stop thinking negatively. I tell myself this, right? I'm like, no, you know, stop taking things so seriously, because what someone sometimes says is not always what they mean, you know? Like I said, right? If somebody says something and they're like, oh my gosh, her, you know, it could have been as in like, oh my gosh, her, like, oh my gosh, she got it. Or it could be really exactly what we're thinking. It's like, oh, this person's doubting my skills. And which way do I want to go? No, I'm not going to let anyone bother me. So guess what? I think I'm amazing. But definitely, like I said, I just feel like this has been, you've been blinding yourself. You've been telling yourself these stories, but I think you're also getting to that point where you're just like, okay, I'm over this, you know? And again, it could be somebody that you're like around, maybe you're not super close to either. Like I said, maybe you guys have been, and then because it's been so many, you know, things kind of building up, you're kind of like, you know what, I just know what needs to happen. And it could be somebody that's a little bit newer. I had a friend a long time ago that made a comment about, you know, something that I had done, a decision that I made in my past, and it always, like, since that day, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, as in like, I would have hoped you would have supported me, you know? And I think that's when I started realizing the like bad side of them. And so that's where I was kind of like, okay. And then I just kind of started piecing together kind of everything, like, you know, and maybe that's what you're doing now, right? You're seeing like, oh my gosh, you know, I remember this time they said this time they said that, they sarcastically said this, a friend told me that they didn't want to take me to blah 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 because then I'd get all the attention, they da 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 da, they're always trying to make me feel bad, like they're always trying to make me seem like I'm this type of person, like I might joke around with it, but I'm really not this type of person, like, and you know, it's just all like piecing together. It's just, you know, instead of it being like, I think like a stab into your heart, I think it's more of your mind just going like, how did I not see this? Okay. And I think it's weird because I feel like this person has been the person, you know what, and I think it could have been like a work thing, you guys. Like maybe you have somebody at work or somebody that you've kind of always held to, or maybe even you, maybe you're always like, oh, this person's amazing, this person has my back no matter what, you know, and maybe they did at one point, and it could have even been somebody that's like a mentor to you or something, but now it isn't. And or maybe something had to be overlooked, right? It was like, oh, there was something always said, there was always something done, and it had to be overlooked. Or maybe now they finally saw this person and they're like, you know what, this person's opinion is not the best, I know her, I know she could do better, and then they decide to give you that opportunity or to do something great for you. And I just feel like that person being removed from the equation is what's going right for you. And like I said, I don't know, I'm getting like a work thingy, I don't know. Now I'm like, oh, who is it at work? I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, I just feel like, yeah, it's now that this person is like getting out of there, now I think you're going to be like, oh my gosh, there's all these great things coming your way. Because I do feel like you're starting to feel like you're getting the world. You feel like you're on top of it. You feel like this angel where it's just like, I have everything, I have the world, any opportunity, I'm speaking into existence. Again, just kind of be careful you're trusting. Like I said, I just feel like something was blocking your path, and that definitely was part of it. I feel like it was a person, maybe, like I said, maybe they quit or something, or maybe like they finally got fired or whatever it was. But they were not talking the best of you. Maybe they had like a little group or something, and then it's like, well, now you're so far from that, and you made a name for yourself, to where it's like, hey, that person, I don't know what the heck they're talking about, because she's a rock star. Definitely the vibe I'm getting. I feel like you're getting the world. You're being seen. You're like, ugh, it's all about you right now. Which is still a theme. Still the theme for this year, you guys. Okay, so I am going to get 3 guided messages for this month. And maybe the person's still around. Maybe they'll try to apologize. Maybe, and then maybe that'll be a thing too. Okay, honor your beauty, Archangel Jophiel. Thank you, Jophiel, for helping me discover my inner and outer beauty. Like I said, I just feel like you feel like everything's so amazing. You're getting the world, everything. I feel like you're feeling gorgeous. Like, I don't know, you have this confidence to you, and you know, you're not just feeling gorgeous outside, you're feeling gorgeous inside. You just feel like so positive, and it could maybe come to you just like a little bit sudden, but it could also be, of course, because you're getting all these amazing things coming your way. But I just feel like you just have so much happening inside. It's like radiating out of you. Okay, the next one I'm getting is a loved one in heaven. Thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close at this time. I have been getting a lot of messages to speak things out loud and to ask my guides and to speak to the universe and my loved ones and things like that, right? I just have been getting that a lot lately, to where I just feel like we need to ask them, just, or even if we tell them like, hey, you know, thank you for that one time they did something for you, or, you know, can you be by my side? I feel like it's being answered right now. I feel like there's someone on the other side. You know, like I said, it could be a loved one, it could be somebody that means a lot to you, but I also see like this person, and like I said, it could be, if you believe it in this, God, the universe, it could be just something big that's giving you some kind of wisdom at this time, but you need to speak to them. You need to speak to them, even if it's out loud. I know sometimes it gets a little like, wait, what? Just talk out loud. You never know what could happen. And oh my gosh, how funny, you guys. The last card is the Miracle of Prayer, Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Sandolphin, for delivering the prayers to heaven. So, yeah, you guys. Wow, this was... Oh, I kind of want to... I don't know why I feel like I want to cry. But I feel like you definitely have to pray. You're being listened to. And maybe that, like I said, it's all just coming to you where you're just like, oh my gosh, I feel like my prayers are being answered. And I really got like a little emotional right there. Which is funny because I actually told them at work the other day, I was like, if I end up getting what I want at work, like, I think I'm gonna cry that day. And they're like, oh my god. And I was like, you have no idea what a dream. What a dream. I don't care if I'm not where I'm going to end up at. I will just be like bawling, excited of how far I've come. Okay. So your affirmations for this month are: today I am glowing. Today I have huge amounts of energy and focus to take on any challenge. I'm telling you guys, energized, just going. Today I'm flexible. Today I will adapt to changes in my life with an open mind and a positive outlook. Today I am persistent. Today nothing will stop me from accomplishing my goals. Nothing will stand in the way of my happiness. Okay, guys, so that is the guided... Oh, I'm lying. I am lying. We do also have the crystal of the month, which is moonstone. Just as the name says, this stone is connected to the moon. We all have emotional ups and downs. Oh my gosh, I just told you I was emotional. Like the moon. This stone can bring balance to his emotions. It is the stone of new beginnings, and when held to the forehead, can bring on spiritual experiences. So I definitely do think you need that. You need some moonstone. And see, spiritual. I just feel, oh, I don't know. Just something amazing, you guys. But that's it. As always, let me know what you guys think. And have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.